Hello to all you amazing parents out there, JP Mitchell um, here, and I just want to talk about my story of what it was like to be autistic and what it was like to finally come out of the world of autism after 4 to 5 years of intensive ABA therapy. So, when I was first starting out at the age of 4, I had zero language, I had no communication, I had no social interactions with anybody. I couldn't speak to people. I couldn't look someone in the eyes and have a conversation with them. If someone were to come up and talk to me, I would just look away and not even look at that person. I would not talk to them. I would not do anything with them. And I didn't know how to order in a restaurant. I couldn't, talk to other kids. I couldn't play with them. I couldn't do this. I couldn't do that. But all the therapy that I got changed all of that. This is when we heard about ABA, Applied Behavior Analysis, which is a behavioral therapy based on changing my challenging behaviors and turning my behaviors into behaviors that are more appropriate and more sociable to society. So we first started with speech, where we taught me how to speak, how to talk. We got me we taught me how to walk, which is a physiotherapist, where she taught me how to walk, and the occupational therapist was based on fixing my elastic brain, allowing it to learn to to allow me to come out of my eggshell. But my brain was more asleep when I was autistic. It was not more awake and not more aware. So yeah, just and I continue getting therapy throughout my childhood. Horseback riding therapy, um, language therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy. All this therapy led up to me when I was 11 years old. Me, Mitch, and Peggy took a ferry boat ride over to Sunny Hill to get me tested. And the ministry paid for that. They paid for the therapy boat, they paid for the hotel that we stayed in there. Um, they they just paid for everything, and I think that I should be very grateful for that, because if not for the ministry of children and family development, I probably wouldn't be recovered from autism, and I wouldn't be who I am today. So thank you all at the ministry for helping me out with my recovery. I really appreciate that. So after we got me tested, my IQ was extremely low. It was not high, it was low. And one of the things in the therapy that we taught me was requesting. So my challenging behaviors dropped, which means that I no longer have the temper tantrum to get what I want. Like if I wanted a cookie or a snack or something like that, I would no longer tantrum to get what I wanted. So that was good. That was really important therapy. And so we got some extra more therapy by the time I was placed onto the moderately autistic scale at Sunny Hill. We got the report that that this is the notification that your son JP Mitchell is autistic. And Teresa Annie Newlove said that, well, your son JP Mitchell will lose his diagnosis down the road. And boy, was Teresa right about that. Because right after we got the extra therapy going, and by the time I went into school, I got some art therapy, some PE therapy, some textiles therapy, some life skills therapy. All this therapy led up to me talking to my EAs by the time during middle school was done. Hey! Which is good. And then we go into the next decade, a whole new era where I'm in high school. I'm in Edward Milne Community School. I'm speaking in full sentences. I'm talking to people. I'm talking with this grade 9 student about, who's your favorite GTA 5 character and all that stuff. I'm becoming cool like my peers. My autism is gone. I'm in life skills. I'm in PE. I get a touchdown in PE. Touchdown! Yeah! Talking a little smack to my EAs and all that good stuff. Like I'm learning how to talk back to them and all that good stuff. So that was good and all. And just going through high school, and then grade 11 comes along, and I'm no longer autistic anymore. The signs of autism were not there, the characteristics were not there, and then finally I finished off EMCS with 150 grad students who were all, amazingly cool and awesome, and who all helped me for my journey through Edward Mountain Community School, which was great. And then at the age of 20, my diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder was completely gone from my life. I no longer had the symptoms. I cleaned them up by myself. And now here I am at the age of 24, ready to take on this world of autism and to heal as many kids as I can. I'm not saying that all children will recover from autism, but some will, but others won't. Autism recovery is possible. It's not guaranteed, but it is possible for your child to recover based on the treatment that your child receives, based on the diet that you start off with, because that's important. It's always important. It's always important to start off with a diet to help remove your child's bad talk, to remove your child's bad toxins out of your child's body, to help them think, to help them speak more, to help them communicate, to help them look at you, to teach them how to communicate and socialize with other people within society in the future, all that good stuff. Then first you need an early diagnosis to get started. Then you need to get your child tested to find out what scale they're going to be placed on, whether it's on the moderate scale, the mild scale, or the severely autistic scale. So for me, I was placed on the moderate autistic scale when I was 11 years old at Sunny Hill and all that good stuff, so that was good. And then at the, so at the age of 20, that's when I was no longer in the world of autism and all that. I was completely out of that world thanks to all the therapy I got. And this is a really important message for you parents out there to know, is that you need an early diagnosis, you need the brat diet to get started, because that's what Mitch and Peggy put me on, was the brat diet, which is apples, rice, bananas, and toast. And you need methyl B12 injections, which are, injections to help your child, to help them, to help them to speak, how to listen, how to communicate, how to look you in the eyes when they're talking to you. Because there was this one mother who recovered her child based on methyl B12 injections, which is good. And I'm like, what? That actually happens? Well, yeah, you can actually, if you parents have not tried this is another recommendation for you. I recommend going to like any pharmacy that has methyl B12 injections, go and pick them up and just my recommendation is just try them out to see, just to try them out, just to see if they will work, to see if they will help. So that is a recommendation for you parents. Also, the brat diet is another one. That's when I was put on. And I hope that my story will encourage you parents to help you learn from my story, to help you analyze and learn from my story, to know that recovery is possible for your child. It's not guaranteed, but it is possible. And the most important thing is for you parents out there, is to get a social worker through the ministry to help your child to get therapy, to get funding, to get the treatment that you parents need, that you parents desperately need. And that's my story, guys. I hope that you parents like it. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that it will encourage you to get the early diagnosis, to get the brat diet going, to get some type of diet going before you guys can receive the therapy and treatment that you need. All right, so let's do this.